Here we are at the USS Cairo. They raised it in 1964 and restored it, well, brought it here. It had an iron outer shell.
So the cannonballs would bounce off. And it was angled. So when the cannonball hit it, it would deflect it. Or gunfire hit it, it would deflect it. But if the nose should hit the bow,
Yeah.
let's go in the museum and find out. Torpedoed.
Okay, so if this vessel was made to withstand cannonballs, what exploded? Well, they determined maybe that the Confederates had run a line of bombs across the water, in the water where they couldn't be seen. And when the Cairo came through, the bomb, went across the line and the bombs went off near the ship. Well, actually, they were torpedoes. They would go off electrically. And it would be coal in the ship.
Down she went.
36 feet of water.
But no crew died.
Yep, they were all rescued by surrounding vessels. Let's go in the museum.
So I'm here inside the Cairo Museum. One of the interesting things to me is that everything in here, all the artifacts are things that were recovered from where the Cairo was sunk. So we have things from personal items, clothing, shaving gear, tools, medicine bottles. These are doctor's tools here, including a bedpan. Nuts, bolts, more tools. Machine shops and milk yards. The South, agricultural, little heavy industry, as well as parts of the ship themselves. Even built iron-clad gunboats, armed with many cannons designed with flat bottles and paddle wheels to fly over the river shelf. Cannons and rifles.
And this is dinnerware that the regular sailors used. And right here is chinaware that the officers used. And some weaponry. This is a small replica of the USS Cairo. Okay, so the tour of the USS Cairo Museum was very interesting. We kept pronouncing it Cairo, but it's actually Cairo. And tell us a little bit about the museum, the things that we saw.
Well, the museum had a lot of artifacts in there that were actually dredged up or salvaged from the wreck. The Cairo went down about 12 months, almost 12 months after it was built. And it was sunk by a torpedo or a mine that was pulled against its side. When it went down, all of the men that were on it were rescued. And inside the museum, it had a video about how it was brought back up. Now, it was 102 years after it went down when it was brought back up. It went down in 1862, and it was started salvage operation in 1954. It was found, and then in 1964, it was eventually salvaged.
Yeah, now there were two companies that were hired to salvage the
Cairo.
The Cairo. So the first company, you remember the name of it? I don't know, but
no,
anyway.
but they tried to.
Yeah, they tried to bring it up by putting straps underneath it
and then putting barges on each side of it. They actually sunk the barges
yeah.
during low time of the river, and then the plan was when the river came up in the spring, they would pump the water out of the barges, float the barges, and pull the Cairo up out of the bottom.
Yeah.
But that winter, they had a tough winter, and they had a lot of excess flooding, and the water came down so fast that it actually pulled the barges away from the Cairo.
Unfortunately. So, but they tried again, and this time they were able to lift it, but because it was filled with so much silt and sand, one of the ropes or whatever
the cable,
okay, ripped through the body of the Cairo, and so they decided, well, we'll just keep going.
So they were eventually able to lift it.
Yeah, but that was a different company
Yeah, that was a company out of Louisiana.
Yeah, so that company, whenever they were putting the cables around it, they're the ones that it split in thirds. They were lifted with a crane. Well, the crane was
not big enough.
Not big enough.
So I had to go get another one, and coincidentally,
the name of that crane was the Cairo. So the Cairo raised the Cairo.
They're able to pull it up in 3 sections and put it on a barge and ship it down to Pascagoula, Mississippi, where it was restoration started. And now behind us, you can see where it was moved back here to Vickburg, and restoration is still going on.
Artifacts that they pulled up were a lot of different things, but one of the things that they pulled up was a bottle of pepper, right?
Yeah, it was marked pepper on one side. The bottle was split. It was pepper on one side, pepper sauce, and mustard on the other side.
Okay, and so interestingly enough, the pepper sauce was still edible after what, over 100 years?
Yeah, 102 years underwater.
That was just kind of, but this is a really interesting place to come. A lot of Civil War history, and we still have a few more stops to make after this one.
Right, about 6 more stops. We've done 9.
Okay, and there's 15.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you down the road.